ScouterVee released a new video. If you're not subscribed to this guy, you should. He's awesome. He's like the only content creator that has acknowledged my existence, other than Tim Pool, but he doesn't count because I had to call into the Tim Pool after show in order to get that done. And I'm sure he's completely forgot about me. But yeah, ScouterVee is awesome. I got a link down there in the description. You should definitely subscribe to him. Stardew Valley's diversity problem. Stardew Valley is one of my favorite games. I love Stardew Valley. I play it completely wrong though. Like, I do not give a shit about the NPCs. So all of the diversity problems that it has, I don't really see any of that. I'm sure that ScouterVee is definitely gonna get into it. Let's check it out. I most likely agree with everything, but I'll have some words to say to add on to what he's gonna say. So here we go.
My dudes, get your lubes! What you see and hear in this video may come off as random and what many of you may not deem politically correct, but I promise we're gonna get through this together. And look, I know what you're all thinking. A Stardew Valley video? Yo, V, you good, bro? And I totally get it, but hear me out. I've said it many times before, but my favorite game is Final Fantasy VII. But about 1 year before it launched, there were 2 games on the Super Nintendo that changed my life forever. There was also a game on PC called Leisure Suit Larry, but that's a story for another day. You see, before I even knew what an RPG was, I rented a game for the week.
My first Leisure Suit Larry was on the Xbox, and it was at some random guy's house that I'm pretty sure my stepdad was buying weed from.
From our local video rental store called Mario RPG, thinking I was gonna be stomping Goombas and chasing Princess Peach the whole time. Wrong! What I got instead was my first whiff of that Squaresoft 90s JRPG greatness, and I was hooked from there. I ended up...
Unfortunately, I knew what it was going in before I played that game because I watched a whole bunch of like AVG and type YouTubers at the time that I was really getting into video games. So I already knew. I wish that I could have just experienced it randomly. That would have been so cool.
Up rotting in my room the whole weekend until I beat it, and when I did, my mind was blown and I was fiending for more. So when we returned, I was walking around like, y'all got any more of those RPG games? And that's when I saw it, developed by Natsume, a game called Harvest Moon. Now when
Harvest Moon, I played the shit out of that game before Stardew Valley came out.
Saw this cover, I thought maybe this dude was teaming up with animals to save the world or some shit. But now that I'm making this video, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This looks lame as hell, but don't let looks...
We got Halo music going on in the background, what?
Deceive you. I'm probably gonna get shit for this, but I don't care. Harvest Moon has to be in the top 10 greatest games on the Super Nintendo, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on. Now this isn't some retro review, but in Harvest Moon you
I want to go through and play like all of the Harvest Moon games. Maybe not beat all of them, because I've heard that some of them aren't too great. But there's some crazy ones that I've never played that I really want to play. There's like a future Harvest Moon that I want to play. I have no idea what it's like. I want to get into it.
Basically inherit a farm, try to make as much money as possible, build a family, and after 2 years the game ends. Your parents come back and judge you based on your actions. My favorite ending was the Bachelor one. If you did a good job, didn't get married, but dated all the girls, you could have seen walking around the town like some pimp. But if you mess around the whole time, your parents come back and your mom starts crying, and your dad gets up in your face letting you know that he's disappointed in you, and tells that you're a worthless mistake. And he also wishes that you were never born.
I didn't know that. If you didn't exist,
the family would have been better off. And also there's rope in the shed on the farm, and you should take that rope to a nearby...
Yeah, I usually like finish this game doing what I'm supposed to do. I had no idea.
...tree and just fucking...
Well, definitely not that part.
Okay, maybe it's not that bad, but that's what it felt like to me. Real talk, as a kid, Harvest Moon taught me the value of hard work, time management, and if you got that money, you get that honey. So what happened to the franchise? You see, the original Harvest Moon games were initially marketed towards a male audience, but it turns out that women play these games just as much as we did, which I think is great, but Natsume completely shifted their design away from men to cater towards women, which basically...
Bro, back in the day when Stardew Valley first came out, but right before it came out actually, or before I knew about it, I think it might have been out, but I was playing Harvest Moon, and my ex-girlfriend at the time had never played one of those farming simulator types of games, so I let her play Harvest Moon, and she absolutely loved it. She got about halfway through it, and I was like, hey, listen. I just bought this crazy new game. You might want to put down the Harvest Moon. This game's called Stardew Valley. And bro, I lost my girlfriend for like 2 months. That's like all she did. And I didn't have access to my computer almost the entire time.
Pushed out dudes like me entirely. And since they had 0 competitors, they barely put any work into the games, and they kept releasing half-assed titles, and they all got progressively worse.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, they get worse. Oh, I definitely gotta play them now.
in Pokemon, but people with low standards kept buying them.
What about
they
the
kept
future
on
one?
Making them. I know there's some diehard fans of the N64 and PlayStation versions, but for me the movement is slow and clunky as hell compared to the Super Nintendo version, which feels more like a Zelda game. And this was the start of the art style moving to this kid's cereal box color palette that we keep seeing in all these other cozy games, and I just don't like it. I mean, look at this. This game came out in 2010, a year before Skyrim. What the hell even is this? It's obvious that they were only interested in marketing their games to women and kids. And I'm not saying that these types of games shouldn't exist and that there isn't a market for it, but I don't want to play this.
Whoa, wait. He said that came out a year before Skyrim. We still had PSP games in 2010. I didn't even I stopped using the PSP as soon as I got an Xbox 360 in I don't know, 2007, 2008, because it did all the things that the PSP did, and I didn't have to worry about dropping the Xbox. I didn't take the PSP anywhere. I never left my house.
And it doesn't appeal to most dudes. So over the years, I would basically just watch a trailer whenever a new Harvest Moon game was announced, noticed it looked like crap, and moved on with my life. But I just couldn't forget how awesome the original game was. So every now and then I booted up on an emulator when I got that itch. So you're probably thinking,
that's illegal.
why are
You can't
still
do
talking
that.
about Harvest Moon? And why does it look exactly like Stardew Valley? Well, that's because the whole reason Stardew Valley exists.
Nintendo's gonna come after you if you talk about using the emus. I don't use emus around here. Nope, no sirree, Bob, not me.
Is because the solo dev that created it,
Hear that,
named Eric
Nintendo?
Barone, who goes by Concerned Ape, was just like me, and he hated the direction Harvest Moon went in. So this badass taught himself coding, pixel art, and sound design, and using the Super Nintendo version as a blueprint, he made his own game but improved every single mechanic, while adding a ton of new ones like mining and combat. Basically,
so
Eric
good.
Barone did what Pal World did to Pokemon, but on a whole different level. Stardew Valley is so
Yes,
good.
I want more of this. I want more things like this. Let's take a game like, I don't know, Metal Gear, and let's make a new Metal Gear. Not like Metal Gear Solid, not like Metal Gear Acid. Let's make a new Metal Gear and call it I don't know, Solid Cogs or something.
That there's almost no reason to boot up the original Harvest Moon game anymore. And what do you know? It turned out to be the most popular game in the genre, and is still in the top 10 games being played to this day. And it came out
Fucking love it.
9 years ago.
And they keep releasing updates. They never stop with the updates. And every time they release an update, it's always new cool stuff that I like.
V, I don't mess around with them cozy games, motherfucker.
You want to talk, Yasuke? We all know what cozy shit you're into.
Uno reverse, motherfucker. It ain't gay if they're non-bi.
Dude, I love ScouterVee's videos because I just have so much to say about them.
Hey man, whatever helps you sleep at night, bro. Look dudes, the original Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley are not cozy games. They're RPGs. Sometime after Stardew Valley launched and blew up in popularity, tons of indie companies try to copy its success. And a bunch of people who play games like
it's
Animal
so bad,
Crossing
man.
created and attached this.
But we did get a lot of cool games out of it. I'm trying to think of a couple. I can't, but because it's not my genre. Stardew Valley is an outlier for me. I'm probably gonna get that new Witch Haven game also.
Lame, cozy bullshit title to it. But that's not what Stardew Valley is. It's not like you would call Final Fantasy VII cozy because you can breed chocobos and raise them. Not even Concerned Ape agrees with this shit.
So there's a genre of games now. I think they're called cozy games.
That's what people call it.
And
I never call it.
I don't know why I didn't watch this podcast episode. I knew that it existed where he was talking to Concerned Ape. I just didn't watch it. Bobby Lee being a fan of Stardew Valley is just fucking perfect for me. It just, I really like Bobby Lee because of it. That just I'm already a fan, and I think he's in my top 10 comedians.
Don't like that.
I mean, it's a label that's been put upon me. I've never used it myself.
What would you call your game?
I mean, an RPG.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between a cozy game and Stardew Valley? Well, this is where we get controversial. Like I said, the original Harvest Moon was marketed towards men, and the same thing applies to Stardew Valley. You're a dude who quits his job in a big city to work on a farm that you inherited from your family. The whole concept is a traditionally masculine theme. All Concerned Ape had to do to make the game appeal to everybody was allow players to make both male and female characters. Then he just made all the romanceable NPCs players sexual, meaning they're not gay, straight, or bi or whatever. It's up to the player to decide, in that you actually have to
That's funny, player sexual. I like that. We should make that a term, player sexual. I wish they would have done that in Mass Effect, actually. I didn't like there were some characters that were just gay.
Go out of your way to give a certain item to initiate these options. What this does is make it so that nothing feels forced or cringe, regardless of your gender or sexual preferences. This is something that not even Baldur's Gate 3 gets right. Just like Stardew Valley, your party members are all player sexual. But if you say anything nice to your bros, they start dancing like ballerinas, trying to get a dip in
it's
that
so weird.
Thank God.
I don't do any of the sexual stuff in Baldur's Gate.
You can just put them out of their misery. You had it coming, Will. The reason Stardew Valley has now...
Yeah, I really don't mind if the woke stuff is there if I can just like not deal with it. If it's not in my face, I don't fucking care.
Sold over 40 million copies, and not a single one of these terrible, cozy games or Stardew Valley ripoffs have been able to top it is because they just don't get it. Every single one of these companies keep trying to pander to one specific group. And don't act like you don't know who I'm talking about. They hire sensitivity consultants to remove any potential offensive content that would offend anybody, and then prioritize diversity and inclusion, which makes the world feel weird and unnatural. And then they try to virtue signal and shove a bunch of stupid shit in their games, like pronouns, and make everybody ugly androgynous characters. In the end, it only
so
appeals
true.
to a small...
They all have this certain art style too, and it's like this weird, oversaturated, like not shadowed. There are usually no shadows, and it's oversaturated, like these character models, all purple and teal. It's weird.
Group of weirdos, and the majority of people are just not interested or sick of seeing this crap and don't want to play these games. And yes, I said the majority. You can get mad at me or call me names, but the numbers don't lie. And the people that do want this slop in their games either don't exist or are just too few in numbers to justify putting this in games. And don't act like you do. If you did, you wouldn't still be playing Stardew Valley. A Stardew Valley clone just launched last month, and it's called Cattle Country. These morons took something badass like cowboys and then chose to set the game in some lame, overly diverse town in the middle of a forest, when they should have gone with the desert where cowboys actually would be. And then
you could just make a cowboy game. There are not enough cowboy games in my opinion, and the Stardew Valley type cowboy game sounds fucking awesome to me. But then they do that shit, and it's just like an obvious L. Like, you trying to make money or what?
Take a look at the game loop. They chose to focus on farming and animals instead of something unique such as mining for gold and hunting. Everybody seems to want the success of Stardew Valley, but refuse to put any passion into their projects or bring something unique to the table. And take a look at the character creation.
Yeah, because they like Stardew Valley, and they know they want to make a video game, but they really don't want to make a video game. They just want to make a medium to push their message. And they just know they like Stardew Valley, so like they can mix those two. Because really, they're not just wanting to make a game, they're wanting to make a game and push your message.
A miss, or whatever this is, I don't know, maybe it's a Mexican. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't appeal to anybody. And what do you know? This game was a major flop. Let's take a look at the recently released Tales of Shire game, which is about hobbits from the Lord of the Rings series. This should have been a...
This is like an actual Lord of the Rings game.
Money-making machine and sold millions of copies, but another flop. How can you fuck this up? Maybe it's because you removed male and female from the character creation and replaced it with a gender slider.
And it just looks so ugly and weird and bad. It just looks bad.
Forcing everybody to play as ugly-ass androgynous characters. Why the hell would you take a masculine IP that appeals to dudes and not put anything in the game?
It looks worse! Hold on. Like, this game looks better. It has more style, it has more charm. The character looks better. Like, let's see his face. Where can I see his face?
Get them, you filthy ratbags! Tear them apart!
Like, look at that. Look at that, man. It's got so much charm. It looks good. It's not ugly. It's
just
cute.
A dream. Just a dream. But what an adventure.
Right? So good, man.
Despite his fear, something awoke.
Like, this is all you had to do. This is all you had to do. They don't get it. They're fucking retarded.
Game that dudes like. There's no combat and no chichis. Oh, but thanks for giving the women hairy-ass feet. That'll bring the money in.
And by the way,
that female hobbits have hair.
No shading. No shading.
feet. Oh, now you care about lore. Tolkien also didn't say that there were black hobbits, so don't even try to pull that shit with me. This game was so bad that not even IGN could shill for it, and they gave it a 4 out of 10. And get this, at its peak, the game had 54 people working on it, and they still consulted.
Yeah, like the shading in that game, instead of it looking like a shadow, it looked like things were just painted different colors. That's all it was.
With the activist group Sweet Baby Inc. to help with the writing. Again, Stardew Valley was made by just one dude, and he didn't care about sensitivity at all. The game has stories about homeless people digging through trash, and you can tell them off. He even put a story about a dude who was abused by his father, and then his mom unalived herself. None of these companies would ever put a story in their game like that, because it's too controversial. All these companies can't seem to get it through their heads.
Yeah, somebody who may have experienced that exact thing might play the game and feel bad. We don't want people to feel bad. It's fucking retarded, man. It's ridiculous.
Game made for everybody is a game made for nobody. Concerned Ape's design philosophy was simple.
I just made a game like that I wanted to make. I wasn't following trends or anything, and it came from the heart, and it blew up.
Not only did he just make a game he wanted to play, but he has also continued to ignore all of these weirdos and activists demanding that he makes changes to his game. Shortly after the game launched, people that have a boner for DEI started attacking the game, writing articles like Stardew Valley's diversity problem and the mod I used to fix it, as if it had a problem in the first place. This article was written by Nicole Hunter, whose sole purpose of existing is to make money by helping companies replace white people with minorities in games. She stated that Stardew Valley is a strikingly white game, and that was a missed opportunity. Apparently, if your game doesn't look like this, it's problematic. She didn't just say it was strikingly white, she said it was oppressively white. I can't even imagine playing a game, seeing a bunch of white people and thinking, oh man, it's oppressive, and then have to go out of my way to install a mod to feel comfortable. This guy are sick. Side note, the mod this person used turns the 7-year-old boy Vincent into a trans child. These people are sick, man. Anyways, if you don't know, companies like this write a bunch of hit articles trying to slander the game. Then they email these gaming companies and basically blackmail them, stating that they can help with their diversity problem that never existed. It's a huge scam, and thank God Concerned Ape didn't bend the knee to these weirdos. That being said though, I actually think Stardew Valley does have a diversity problem. There's not a single busty Asian girl in the game. What the hell's going on, man? But seriously, if you try to join any Stardew Valley group,
like there's a beach and no busty Asian ladies, come on. What are you doing? Missed opportunity.
Or community, you would know that it is one of the most toxic, triggered by anything, constantly whining and crying.
And even if you pander to them, it's not going to be enough. It's never enough. They'll always find problems.
Chronically suffering from internalized depression communities out there, and Concerned Ape has had to deal with these people constantly demanding that he add pronouns and gender-free language to his game on Reddit, his personal website, and even on X. Take a look at this cringe request. Non-binary option by AnxiousGay99. Add a non-binary option when you're creating your character, so the NPCs use they/them pronouns. This sounds like it would be an easy fix. Non-binary characters should be able to use either locker room in the spa, too. How about we don't do that? I just imagine Concerned Ape reading his website, seeing this dude posting about his fetish, and thinking, what the hell did I do? But since he has never told these people straight up—
Dude, these people are terminally online. And it's just like, they become part of these groups, part of these things that they like, and they go in and try to, like, be the community, and try to police the community, and change the community. And the community is the game, right? That's how that works. So if you change the community, you change the game. It's fucking retarded.
No, they tried to make a petition last year and passed over 10,000 signatures on it. It was called Pronoun Options for Trans and Non-Binary Players in Stardew Valley, stating that for many trans and non-binary players, the gender language in the game can feel incredibly disheartening and invalidating, causing feelings of dysphoria.
Yeah, if all of this stuff would have been put in the game in the first place, it wouldn't have been successful. That Stardew Valley would have flopped. It would have crashed and burned.
When misgendered while they're playing. 2S, LGBT, VG, blah, blah, blah. Players deserve to see themselves represented.
It's different every time I see it. That's why I just call them the Alphabet Squad, the Skittles Brigade, the Rainbow Cult.
it to the fullest in their game. Look, you don't deserve a damn thing. It's a video game, a toy. And if you look at a character creator and see these two symbols and start going, my dysphoria, you shouldn't be playing video games in the first place. You need to be talking to a therapist. So how did Concerned Ape handle this?
I don't even think they need to be talking to a therapist. I don't think therapy would help. I think they just need to go out, move to the woods, and learn how to do some actual fucking work and get their mind off of the way their body is and the way their sexuality is, and they need to stop being sexual degenerates and freaks.
Bored of crying babies? Nothing. Not a damn thing. No statements, no apologies, no bending the knee. He has completely ignored all of these weirdos.
Good, as he
for
should.
him. Sadly, these people...
Yeah, and that just makes me love it even more. Even more, the fact that he just ignores all of it and just does his own thing. Fuck all these people. They don't fucking have brains.
Aren't used to being ignored, so they started to try to slander him. At this point, to me, it either reads as someone so stubborn they don't want to be told what to do, or someone who is transphobic but knows they'll lose followers.
Transphobic! Oh! To be labeled transphobic in this day and age, it's career suicide.
If they come out and say it. So they're trying to have their cake and eat it too by keeping quiet. The game sold 40 million copies. The petition has 10,000 signatures. There's no reason to cater to you at all. And I wonder why Concerned Ape would not want to engage with a bunch of gender-obsessed weirdos. Maybe because, I don't know, they have a history of going batshit crazy and forming online hate mobs to dox and cancel people.
Yeah, even if you right now put this stuff in the game, the leftist freaks would be like, well, why wasn't in it the whole time, huh? You transphobe?
Maybe if you weren't such insufferable people, you'd get a response about why he didn't want to put gender politics in a damn kids game. If he tried to decline politely, the backlash would be so bad, he'd probably have to delete his X account. That's why there's no point to even acknowledge these people. You just gotta pretend they don't exist. They're fairy dust. The perfect example of this is last year when another indie company tried to make a game called Soul Ash, made the big mistake of responding to an individual demanding that he add gay romance options to his game. He stated that they have no desire to add those options, which triggered this guy so much that he took to Twitter and Reddit to get the game mass review bombed for not giving in to his demands. Thank God the gaming community fought back by buying the game and leaving good reviews. Man, I love you guys. I've never been so proud to be a gamer. I'm sure a few people might already know, but I actually started off my channel making Stardew Valley videos. But I went to a completely different direction once I noticed how sensitive the community is. If you make any edgy jokes or say anything negative in your videos...
Oh shit, good thing I stopped playing Stardew Valley on my gaming channel. It could have gotten bad. Could have gotten real bad. Especially since I hate all of the NPCs. I don't actually. I think they're charming. I love them. But whenever I play them, my character hates the NPCs. Every time I play
outside of what is deemed socially acceptable, you're gonna get criticized, downvoted, or even canceled for wrong.
When I play Stardew Valley, I am only in it for the money. I also don't like Joe Jamart, so I don't side with him. I like the community to be the community, but I want to be able to be the reason why it's running.
That's why all the YouTube videos you see about Stardew Valley is all safe content, like 100 days played or tips and tricks videos. There was one YouTuber named Zach who went by Unsurpassable Z who tried to make cool and unique content, and he built up this entire Stardew Valley community back in the day, and even helped a bunch of small content creators grow their channels. He was also friends with Concerned Ape and had him on his channel frequently. Unfortunately for Zach, he made a bunch of stupid mistakes like misgendering somebody and hurting a couple people's fifis.
She needs more out of you guys.
So he left the community?
All right, hey, congratulations again.
Every single content creator he helped grow all decided to refuse working with him, and the community he built up bullied and harassed his channel for months, so he eventually had to turn off the comments on all his videos and threw away his 200,000 subscriber channel entirely. I feel bad for this dude, and he's nicer than me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I would have fucking doubled, tripled, quadrupled down. I would have been like, nope, fuck all you freaks.
With the shit I say, I wouldn't make it.
Bro, I get so much hate whenever I talk about Hassan Piker. I don't even care. I'm laughing at them all. Even if that's all that it is just dislike bomb and a bunch of hate comments. I love it. At least they're engaging, man. At least they're somewhere else besides Hassan Piker's chat. Getting a little bit of something else in their brains.
few months in that community. Now here's the thing, if you don't think Concerned Ape saw what happened to his friend Unsurpassable Z and what the Stardew Valley community did to him didn't affect his decision to completely ignore all these weirdos making demands, I don't know what to tell you. You did this to yourselves. Anyways, if you already have Stardew Valley on PC and haven't reviewed the game yet, I suggest you leave a comment to Concerned Ape knowing that you appreciate not listening to these people and sticking to his creative vision. And if you haven't heard yet, he's now working on a new game called Haunted Chocolatier, and it looks like it's gonna be another hit. And my guess he's still gonna keep male and female options in the game, which is gonna make all these people's heads explode. And if he does,
yeah. Also, isn't he working on Witch Haven? Isn't that, or is that just Chucklefish? I thought. Hold on, let me check. Let me check see if Concerned Ape is working with Chucklefish. Damn it! I keep calling it Witch Haven. Witchbrook. It's Witchbrook, not Witch Haven. Witch Haven's from RuneScape. Right. I gotta get that right. Okay, so it's not connected to Concerned Ape. It's just another Chucklefish game, which I'm gonna be checking that game out. Haunted Chocolatier, I've been hearing about that for a while. I'm definitely gonna check that one out too. 100%, especially if made by the guy who made Stardew Valley. Fuck yeah.
I hope we'll all be there to support his decision. Peace.
Right on, man. Definitely subscribe to this guy. Link down there in the description. I love his videos. Dude's hilarious, and he's really good at editing. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications if you too are a fan of Stardew Valley and all games alike.